This is Rethik, your biology subject matter expert from memoneet. So today we are going to discuss about the FLT 11. So in the FLT 11, we have the botany. So that is what we are going to discuss. So the first question says that the Lycopodium and Adeninium belongs to which of the classes of the tradiophytes? So this is very simple and direct question. So it actually belongs to the option 3. So whatever which is direct questions, let me try to go very quickly. Okay. So coming to the 92 question, which of the following is incorrect statement about the prokaryotic ribosome? So that is the question. So see here, the ribosome is the site of the protein. Uh, it is synthesis. Then 50s and 30s subunit unit to form. Hence they combine to form 70s ribosome or 60s and 40s subunit unite to form 80s ribosome and none of this. So what would be the correct answer? The incorrect statement. The third one would be the incorrect statement because what happens here is 60s and 40s subunit unite to form 80 ribosome and are actually present in the eukaryotic cells. Okay, so that's why the statement will be wrong. So 93rd question says that in five classification system, which kingdom are unicellular eukaryotes? So that is very important here. So the correct option will be the first one, that is the protista, because unicellular eukaryotes they belongs to what? Yeah. So cellular, right? So that is nothing but the unicellular eukaryotes. What are the unicellular eukaryotes? Yes. Next, 94th question says that uh, assertion agar is used to grow the microbes and in preparation of the ice cream and jelly. The reason agar is actually a hydrocolloid which is produced by certain marine brown algae. Yes, it is produced by certain marine brown algae is fine, but it is not the hydrocolloid. So that is wrong. So the statement one would be the correct, but the statement two, that is the explanation, is wrong. So the assertion is true, but the reason that they have given is false. So 95th question states that given below are two statements. Statement one says that in the parental placentation, the ovule develop on the inner wall of the ovary. Where the statement two says that when the stamenas are attached to the Parenta, they are epiperitellus as in the lily. So in the above statement, choose the correct answer from the options given below. So out of these correct options, what would be the correct this thing? So statement one is correct, but the statement two is actually incorrect because in the parietal placentation, the ovule develops on the inner wall of the ovary is correct. But statement says like when the stamens are attached to the okay parient, they are epiphyllous, not epipetalous. Rather, they are actually what? Uh, yeah, phylus as in lily. So coming to the 96th question, tricular ovary is found in where? It is actually found in Liliaceae. So 97 question states that, again it's a direct one. So given below are the two assertion says that one is labeled as assertion where it says that the cells also vary greatly in their shape, where reason is the shape of the cell may vary with the function they perform. So what would be the correct? Yes, you have to uh, just write what would be the correct. Both A and R, that is assertion and reason are correct, where R reason is the correct explanation of A. So next is 98 question. Jute is what? So 98, jute is actually the fiber also known as the bast fiber obtained from the plant skin, right? Or the secondary phylum. So third is correct. 99 question, that is the crossing over is what? So the crossing over is also called as enzyme mediated process. That is the third one, enzyme mediated process, and the enzymes involved in it, they're actually called as what? They're involved in it as actually called as recombinants or recombinase, right? So next is 100 question. So recombination is completed by which stage in the meiosis is the question. So which stage of the meiosis it is be? Yeah, Pacatin stage. Because recombination between the homologous chromosome is completed by the end of the Pacatin, leaving the chromosomes link at the site of what crossing over. So 101 is like which will what will be the number of the Kelvin cycle to generate one molecular of the hexanes. So it's very simple. Kelvin cycle to generate one molecules of hexane is 6. So yes, the cell division to restore the out of this what? So cell division to restore what? Nucleus, right? Obviously, we need to restore the nucleus, that is the cytoplasmic ratio. So option 2. So which is the correct sequence in the cell cycle? So out of this, which will be the correct sequence is the big question. So first, what will be the phase comes? So G1 phase leads to S synthesis phase, then G2 phase, and last will be the mitotic stage, right? So does it suits here? Yes. So third one. So 104 question says that um, the hilum is a scar on the what? So it is actually, oh, hilum is a scar on what? So that is the question. So what would be the answer? So the answer would be the seed above where a small pore called microfile was present. It is again a direct question. So because the ovule is an integumented uh, megasporangium, which is actually found in the spermatophytes, right? So which develop into the seed after the fertilization. Then coming to which one of the following fruit is parthenocarpic. So here we need to understand what is this partiocarpic. So there are the fruits which are formed without fertilization. Okay. Fruits formed without fertilization. So out of this, what could be the correct option here? So second one, I guess, banana. So 106 says that uh, pick out the correct statement. So out of four, so what are the correct statement? So I guess first, second, and third are the correct statement. First, second, third are correct statement. Why? Because sickle cell anemia is an sickle cell anemia is X-linked recessive gene. No, it is actually what? It is an autosomal recessive genetic disorder, right? So this is one reason. That's why second will be the correct. So next is 107, that is about ABO blood group and humans are controlled by the gene 1. So it has three allele, IA, IB, and I. Since there are three different alleles, six different genotypes are possible. How many phenotypes can occur? So it's very simple. It is again they have given directly from the NCERT textbook. No tricky, nothing. See, the three alleles are there, right? So these are the three alleles which they have given uh, out of ABO blood group system. So they are saying it can produce how much? Six different genotype and four different phenotype. Okay, so that is A blood group, B blood group, and AB blood group, and O blood group. So what would be the answer? Four. How many phenotype can be produced? So one is A blood group, then AB blood group, then B blood group, and O blood group. Next is 108. So what does 108 says that? Phe Phenotypic gene, right? So that yes, it actually controls the multiple traits in an individual because here this has a phenotypic genes. They have the ability of the gene to have multiple phenotype effects because it influences the number of characters simultaneously is actually called as pelotropy. So 109 question says that which one of the following pair of the nitrogenous bases of the nucleic acid is wrong matched with the category mentioned against it? So out of this, what could be the wrong? Do you remember the phenotypic ratio? I mean, the not phenotypic ratio, sorry, the nitrogenous base pair of the nucleic acid. Yeah, it is. See, what happens here is when the two DNA they chain, they're held together. So they are actually held together by a hydrogen bond between the nitrogenous base pair or nitrogenous base. So here, that is the adenine purine of one chain lies exactly opposite to the thymine, and the pyrimidine of other chain. Okay. So similarly, cytosine lies opposite to the guanine, and the third hydrogen bond occurs between the cytosine and guanine. Say like this. Okay, and here you will see like A has only two hydrogen bond here. Correct. So the hydrogen bond occurs between the cytosine and guanine will be this at position 1, 2, and 6, and two hydrogen bond between the adenine and thymine at position 1 and 6. So therefore, adenine, thymine, purine. It's correct. Next is 110. With what would happen if a gene encoding a polypeptide of 50 amino acids, 25th codon UAU is mutated to UAA. So out of this, it would be like the polypeptide of 24 amino acids will be formed. Because what happens here is UGA, UAG, and UAA. So there are three nonsense codon, right? Which do not code for any other amino acids. So if a gene encoding a polypeptide of the 50 amino acids, so 25th codon is mutated to UAA or any other of the termination codon. So then what happens? The chain will be terminated at that place because it will become difficult for tRNA to bring the amino acid from the amino acid pool. So in that case of the polypeptide of 24 amino acid will be formed. Okay. Next is 111 says that so which of the following RNAs should be most abundant in animal side? Direct question it is. So it is rRNA. So mycorrhizae are the example of what? Yes, it is actually an example of mutualism because the mycorrhizae are associated with what? So they are associated with fungi, help the plant and absorption of essential nutrients. Correct? Yeah. So both are benefited. So it's an example because where the plant in turn provides fungi energy yield. In turn, plants provide energy yield to fungi. So it's mutualism. Yes. So in 113th question, it's like plant growth. It also axial promotions also it will help. Then the Gabrillion inhibition is also correct. Then the cytokinin is also correct. So this is plant growth. So coming to plant growth. So then, so they are actually what? They are the growth promoters. Okay. And this is actually growth inhibitor. Growth inhibitor. So what would be the correct here? So option 4. So next one is 114. Given below are two statements. Statement 1 says that many plants produce or store chemicals that make the herbivorous sick when they are eat, inhibit feeding or digestion, disrupts its reproduction, or even it may kill it. Statement 2 says that the plant produces higher poisonous cardiac glycosides, and that is why you never see any cattle or goat browsing on these plants. Okay, so what would be the correct answer here? So, yes, it would be both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct here. So, the next will be 115. So, 115 says like the column 1 and column 2, we have to match the correct one. Parasitism. Okay. Yes. So first one, correct. Then mutualism will be fig webs. This is correct. Next, commensalism. What would be the example? If an orchard will be the example. And the last one, that is amensalism. Yes, amensalism will be the black walnut. So according to this, what would be the correct now? Fourth one. 116 says that decline in the population of Indian native fishes due to introduction of the Clarius gadgiopennis in the river Yamuna can be categorized as what? So it can be categorized as alien species inversion because it has been invaded from the Africa. Then 117 says that group of the order is included in where? So it is actually included in class. So 118 says that cell derived from root apical and shoot apical, meristem and cambium differentiate and mature to perform specific function. So out of this, you need to know that it is actually called as differentiation. So 119 says that a patient brought to a hospital with the myocardial infection in a normal, we immediately given what? So what do we give actually? Immediately, we do give the streptokinesis or streptokinase. That is actually a tissue plasminogen activator, or simply it is called as TPA. So which is an actually an enzyme which is actually obtained from the culture of some hematopoietic bacterial streptococcus, which is modified genetically to function as clot buster. Okay, so therefore it helps in cleaning the blood clots, therefore in the blood vessels through dissolution of the intravascular fibers during the myocardial infections. Next, 120, match the following. So out of this, option 2 is the correct. In our stomach, the lactic acid bacteria, that is LAB, plays a very important role in what? Production of butter from milk or what? So is it a probiotic diseases causing microbes? No, it is not. Or is it like digestion of the caseins of the milk or neutralization of the HCl of the gastric juice? Remember that this lactic acid bacteria play a very beneficial role in checking diseases which causes the microbes in our stomach. Okay. Then 122, match the following. Say like uh, out of all this, you have to choose the correct option. So P700, then P680, P680, and P700. So what would be the correct option now? So option 3, that is This P700 you will see in PS1, that is poly, uh, uh, photophosphorylation, that is one, and photophosphorylation two, you will actually see the P680, and this together you will actually see in then P680 and P700, right? So it is non-cyclic photophosphorization, and cyclic phosphorylation will be nothing, right? Next one, 123. You have to match the following. Again, it's a match the following. So can I go directly? So out of this, which is the one? Yes. Next is 124. A lateral branch with short internodule and each nodule bearing a rostlet of leaves and 12 of the root is found in water is what? 124. It is called as pistia and echornia. Because the latent branch with shorter intern and each nodule bearing a roster of leaves and tons of root is found in the water, they will be pistia and uh, echorniae. Okay, so 125 say like the statement 1, isogamous type reproduction with mobile gamete is present in the Spirogyra. Statement 2 says that the genera fern are known as Homo sapiens. So out of these two, what would be the correct? Right, 125. It would be like option 3. Statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is incorrect because see, genera fern are actually called as what? They are actually called as Homo sapiens, where isogamy type reproduction with mobile Allah. So it is not mobile, it is actually non-mobile. Okay. So 126 is like what is the percentage of the lipid and protein in the human erythrocyte respectively? Do you remember it? So it is 40% and 52%. So 127 is like vascular bundle in the conjoint open and with endract protoxylem found in 127. It is found in the dicot stem. 128, if you remove the uh, fimbriae from the bacterial cell, which of the following would you expect to happen? So, yeah, the bacteria would not adhere to the host cell. So, second one. 129 is like the during the mitosis, that is during the mitosis, what happens? The endoplasmic reticulum, and the nucleus begin to disappear at what? So early prophase. Correct? Then what happens in the late prophase? Nuclear and endoplasmic reticulum and nuclear membrane. So it completely get disappear. So, but in the during the prophase, right? So what happens? That is early prophase. You will see they start getting disappear. So independent assortment of the gene does not takes place when 130. So that is it does not takes place when genes are linked and located on the same chromosome. That question simple. So 131, a test cross is carried out to determine or what? A test cross is carried out to determine the genotype of the plant at F2 generation. Correct. So 132 is like considering the following statement and select the incorrect set of the option. Cell wall of the algae made um, of cellulose, galactans, mannans, and the minerals like calcium carbonates. Then cell walls and the middle lamellae may be transversed by the plasmodesmata. Secondary wall is formed on the inner side of the cell, and cell wall is a living, rigid structure. So, what would be the correct? Only D would be the correct. Yes, rigid structure. The next is 133, that is in eukaryotic cell transcription, RNA slicing and RNA capping takes place inside the nucleus. Why? Because unlike in prokaryotes, when the transcription and translation takes place in the same compartment. In the eukaryotes, primary transcription is the first process, right? In the nucleus, and the transportation outside of the nucleus will take place. Since the primary transcription of the eukaryotes contains what? Both the expressing gene, that is exons, and non-expressing genes that are called as introns. It undergoes the slicing of the intron and later capping and tailing of the 5' end and 3' end respectively. So 134, which of the following both pay have correct combination? So first, second, third, fourth. You have to read fastly. So I'll give you a time. Read the question, read the options and let me know. Yes, you have to pair the correct combination here. So what would be the correct combination? In situ conservation national park, ex situ conservation botanical garden is correct. So that is correct. So here in situ conservation is the conservation and protection of the whole ecosystem and its biodiversity at all level in order to protect the threatened species. Where ex situ conservation is nothing but so method that being used to save the biodiversity. Okay, where in situ conservation, two methods are being used. One is hotspot and protected areas, right? In situ conservation, hotspots and protected areas. So ex situ conservation is nothing but conservation of the selected rare plants, animals, and plants outside their natural habitat or natural home. So 135, the last one. Yeah, match the following RNA polymerase with the transcriptable product. So RNA polymerase 1, RNA polymerase 2, and RNA polymerase 3. So what would be the correct here? RNA polymerase will be rRNA. Fine. Then RNA polymerase 2 will be what? RNA polymerase will be HNR RNA is fine. RNA polymerase 3 will be tRNA. So third one would be the correct option. So this is all about the botany concept. If you are feeling any difficulties, you are free to discuss, you are free to comment in the message section, and I'm here to help you out. And all the best for your upcoming preparation.